Okay, this is the ramp tent setup instructions. We're going to go step by step. We're starting here with step number 1. We're zooming in on this ramp stand. There's 2 of them, and we're going to put them into position now. And then we're going to go ahead and lower the ramp onto the ramp stands. It's important to make sure that your ramp is at a 90-degree angle to the trailer. So you should have adjustable ramp stands that allow you to raise or lower the door until you've got a nice 90-degree angle. Okay, this is step 3 of the ramp tent setup instructions. And in this step, you're just rolling the tent out onto the ramp door and positioning the tent so that the large zipper door is facing the rear of the trailer. Okay, step 4 of the ramp tent setup. You're going to locate those webbing straps with the grommets in them in each of the corners, and then you're going to hang them onto the hooks that you installed previously in your trailer. And that's going to make installing your tent a lot easier. Okay, this is step 5. What we're doing now is installing the tent onto the Velcro. And you go all the way around the perimeter of the trailer door for starters. You'll go onto the ramp next. But just make sure you've got a nice tight seal all the way into the corners, down the sides. You're only installing 3 sides at this time. You'll put in the bottom Velcro when we put in the skirt.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Now you've got the tent installed on the 3 sides of the trailer ramp door. Now we're going to go and install the 3 sides onto the ramp itself. Okay, this is step 6, attaching the tent to the Velcro on the ramp door. Start by pulling out the corners of the tent. 2 corners, the rear corners of the tent in position onto the ramp in the corners. And then just go along the rest of the perimeter and make sure that the tent is nice and secure on the Velcro on all 3 sides. That's good. Make sure you adjust it so it's in the right position and getting a really good secure mount onto the door frame. Be sure to repeat that procedure on the other side of the tent. And now the tent is fully connected to the trailer using the Velcro. Now we're on to step 8, assembling the main frame pole and placing it in the position within the tent. Okay. And just continue to assemble it the way Mike is doing it here, so that you've got your tent pole in position basically like that. Set that center roof pole to the side for now. Okay. Next step is to lift that pole up into position and extend the tent out. Sometimes it helps to have 2 people do this. It can be done solo, but 2 people make it quicker and easier. And now you can see the tent take shape. And you want to then make sure that you stick each of the corners into the lower pockets sewn into the side of the tent. That shows the bottom of the tent pole properly inserted into the pocket. There's another one over on this corner. That'll hold the tent pole into position in the corner of the tent. Now, when you extend that pole, you want to make sure that the top of the pole is matching that curved seam of the tent. And then you know that pole is in proper position. It's very important that this pin on the pole is facing towards the front of the trailer. If it's facing the wrong direction, it could damage the tent. It's got to be facing forward so that you can use it to engage the roof pole. Okay, after you've completed step 10, we're going to go on to step 11, which is putting in the roof pole. The first thing you want to do is make sure that pole is fed through the 2 pole pockets at the roof of the tent. That basically will hold the pole in position should it shake loose in windy weather. Keep it from coming down on top of anybody. And once you've got it in a position like that, then now you simply engage the end of the pole over the tip like that. Next, insert the other end of the roof pole into the bracket that you installed onto the tent. And now you want to extend that roof pole out fully and lock it firmly into position. Make sure you extend it tight enough to get a nice firm pitch on the roof tent. The tent roof. Don't overextend it, but make sure it's tight enough to not allow any sag in the roof. That completes step 12. And now we're going to move on to step 13, showing you how to install the threshold cover between the ramp door and the tent. That way you have a perfectly tight seal all the way around all 4 sides. Okay, this is step 13 of the setup instructions, and all you're doing is simply laying this threshold cover goes underneath of the tent, and you install it along the gap between the trailer and the ramp door, and that gives you a completely sealed environment, keeps wind and bugs and anything else from coming up through that gap there. So installed like Mike is showing you here. Take time to get it properly into position and nice and snug, and you'll have a nice tight fit right there. Straighten out that edge and make it nice and tight. Tent will secure right on top of the Velcro. And the tent is now, and with that fully installed, the tent is now fully set up. From the inside, you're ready to use it. Open the windows, open the doors.